All right, so let's go to the next level of subconscious. The second level of subconscious is beyond the belief in the individual and beyond the belief in space and time. The ego is the metaphysical belief in separation that is shared within the mind of the sleeping Son of God. This is the dreamer of the dream. This is the first level of illusion. This is the level at which healing must take place. This is the level of mind that seems to project space and time and the belief of individual bodies and souls. At this level, the Son of God is not separate, although it is completely deluded into thinking it is, since it is fully focused on the level of experience above, which is the conscious and the individual subconscious. So, in the diagram that we looked at then, and I will go ahead and share another link for people popping in the room now. In the diagram that we looked at then, the individual no longer exists when we get to the ego level of subconscious, or the second level of subconscious, but the ego still exists. But this is what we could call shared ego belief, where we may have individual ego belief above that branches out of shared ego belief. I may have one phobia and you may have a different phobia, at the level of individual. When we get to the level of ego, we're more at the source of those phobias, and those fears, those mistaken ideas are all shared. There are no differences between the mistakes in your mind and the mistakes in my mind at this level of the ego. And when this level is healed, the two levels above it are also healed. So, for example, this is the level where we let go of the belief in separation. And if we let go of the belief in separation, everything that came out of that belief is also healed. So again, the second level of the subconscious is beyond the belief in the individual and beyond the belief in space and time. The ego is the metaphysical belief in separation that is shared within the mind of the sleeping Son of God. This is the dreamer of the dream. This is the first level of illusion. This is the level at which healing must take place. This is the level of mind that seems to project space and time and the belief of individual bodies and souls. At this level, the Son of God is not separate, although it is completely deluded into thinking it is, since it is fully focused on the level of experience above, which is the conscious and the individual subconscious. Also, it's interesting when A Course in Miracles talks about reincarnation, it actually seems rather non-committal. And in fact, it's non-committal enough that looking at the words only with a prior belief already held in the mind, it seems that those who firmly believe in reincarnation will read that section of the Manual for Teachers and say that A Course in Miracles says there is reincarnation. And people who have a firm belief that there's no such thing as reincarnation will read that section of the Manual for Teachers and say, A Course in Miracles says there is no such thing as reincarnation. So if people are still holding to whatever their prior beliefs are, when they read that in A Course in Miracles, they seem to see there what they think it's going to say, which takes us back to our first sentence, and clarity can never come from words. If we look at this diagram, though, we can see exactly why that is so. Because at the level of illusion, at the level of illusion, or what we call the individual subconscious, individual soul and reincarnation seems to be. But that is pure illusion. And there's another level of subconscious, which is called the ego, which is actually before, not in time, but in, I don't know what to call it, not in time, because it's always now. It's just before. That level of ego that is before individual soul. It's a constant, it's closer to truth. And it's all of us together. There's no separation of us there, although there still seems to be a separation from God. It's still a level of constancy. It's closer to truth. And at that level, there couldn't possibly be reincarnation because there is no individual soul. So this is why A Course in Miracles and the way it's worded seems non-committal and can be read either way. Because it really depends on what level you are looking at as to whether you see reincarnation or not. Reincarnation is an experience with an illusion, but illusion is illusion. And when you step a level back from that, there is no individual soul, therefore there is no reincarnation. And in fact, NTI, I think it's NTI 1 Peter says, there's no person that you have to truly let go of, not from this lifetime and not from any other, because there never has been a person, there's only been the thought of persons, the idea of persons. And looking at this diagram, we can see exactly how that's true. Because there is a shared ego even now, where the split into individual souls does not exist. It's still a level of illusion, but it's the first level of illusion. It's only further, deeper into fantasy, into non-truth, that individual soul exists. So, in that way, reincarnation is a non-truth. But within illusion, it may very well be experienced. You may have had many, many lives, and you may even have prior life memories. Pretty amazing, huh? But as we already discussed, it is not helpful at all to awakening to look at prior life experiences and to say they are the cause of personality attributes or phobias or habits in this lifetime, because that is still the same as saying, I am victim of the world I see. You're just saying, I'm victim of the world I saw in a previous life. But it's still believing in illusion. It's still believing illusion is cause. Healing cannot occur at that level. Healing cannot occur at that level. At some point, we must say, no, 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 I am not this way because of what my parents did to me or because of what happened to me in a prior life. I am this way, having this experience, this phobia, because of an error in my mind, period. And ask Holy Spirit to help us heal that error. Yes, Jasmine?
Who's Rod Stewart?
Who is Rod Stewart? The 12-year-old child wants to know who Rod Stewart is.